Well, genetically modified fish is coming to a restaurant near you. Now, at the end of the year, the first genetically modified salmon are set to go on sale in the U.S., but you might not know it. RT correspondent Natasha Sweatte has more on this upcoming menu change.
Genetically modified salmon eggs that are hatching right now could end up in U.S. restaurants as early as next year. And according to the company selling the fish, restaurants will get their hands on it before grocery stores. Inside a sprawling complex in rural Indiana, thousands of genetically modified salmon eggs are hatching into tiny fish. Each fish will grow to about 10 pounds in these tanks. After receiving clearance from the FDA, the eggs were shipped to the U.S. from AquaBounty's Canadian headquarters last month.
The early stages of production here are very, very similar to the rest of Atlantic salmon production at the moment.
The salmon produced by AquaBounty are the first genetically modified animals approved for human consumption in the U.S. Some advocacy groups have been fighting against what they call Franken-fish. Despite their efforts, consumers still may not know what they're eating.
Consumers aren't going to see the words GMO or GE. They will see BE or bioengineered instead. So the first thing consumers need to know is those are the same.
Gregory Jaffe with the Center for Science and the Public Interest says since most restaurants don't provide ingredient lists on their menus, it's likely most won't disclose when their food is genetically modified, including the salmon.
The law does, Congress exempted restaurants and also parts of supermarkets that prepare food that you take to eat, either eat there or to take home to eat, aren't required to do any disclosure.
To produce its fish, AquaBounty injects its fish with DNA from other species. This allows it to grow full size in 18 months. It's a win for the company as less feed is required.
So salmon farming in general is not a very sustainable industry. It's a carnivorous fish. You need about 5 kilos of other wild fish as feed to make 1 kilo of salmon. It's almost like farming tigers in the sea from that point of view.
AquaBounty worked through years of government approvals. Several grocers in the U.S., including Kroger and Whole Foods, vowed to not sell the fish as a result of a consumer campaign. As it stands, most corn and soy in the U.S. is already genetically modified to be more resistant to pests and herbicides, something that many health advocates say is ruining the health of our gut.
When it's poured into the soil, it kills all the bacteria in soil and plants. It does the same thing for our body. So when we consume the food that has glyphosate, it goes in and kills all the bacteria in our gut.
But according to Finless Foods, genetic engineering isn't the only way to produce fish. The startup company is harvesting fish grown from cells in a lab. CEO Mike Selden says people are becoming more concerned about mercury and plastics found in fish.
There are all sorts of people out there who have done animal cell culture in large quantities. Right now, Samsung is building the largest animal cell production facility in the world in Korea. And so that model can really be expanded and can be used in our industry as a blueprint of making this at large scale.
Right now, Selden says it costs $19,000 to produce a pound of fish, so the technology is still years away. In 2015, 2/3 of Americans voted in support of labeling GMO foods. And while disclosures will begin next year, mandatory compliance won't take effect until 2022. In Los Angeles, Natasha Sweatte, RT.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.